Okay, hey everybody. So I'm super excited because I finally found another photographer to chat about all this fun shampoo stuff. So this is Mara. Hey there.
Hi guys.
We connected in a Facebook group that was about our company. So I have been looking for another photographer. Other ones I know are just so busy and not on my team. And so I was just super happy to have found her. So, real quick, Mara, why don't you just kind of explain your photography business in Canada? Isn't it awesome? Just from Canada.
Yeah. So I'm from Canada. I am 21 and I have been doing, well, actually almost 21. I've been doing photography for about 3 years fully. I've been just kind of always in love with photography, and it's always been a passion of mine. I did it in high school and just kind of like decided to take it to the next level and do it as a career. And it was good and I loved it for a while, and well, I still love it, but it just kind of came to a point where I needed something else. So I always had 9 to 5 jobs on the side, and those were always like really hard to bring in clients in certain times. And then in being in a small town, it was hard to kind of compete with like other photographers in the area and get enough clients for myself, and kind of just make a difference in my photography as well. So I just kind of was looking for something, and I knew I could use this platform as something different and something to just add more value to what I'm doing and learning how to just be creative in a different way. And I just decided to join Monat with this, and
Yeah,
it's
how did
allowed me to
you hear
grow.
about it? Like, who talked to you about it?
Yeah, so fun story. I went to a conference, met someone there. He was friends with someone else who I followed, and they're actually like artists themselves. So they sing and perform. And I just kind of got connected with her there, and I was like, wow, like she has this beautiful, like long red hair, and she had only been in the company, I think, a month before me.
Okay.
So it was really cool to see that we both kind of just started together. And yeah, so I just kind of got introduced to that, but I always felt a tug on my heart to use this platform for value and for something bigger than just myself.
Yeah.
So then I
Yeah.
got started.
Helping others.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have a similar story in that I live in a very small town too in Nebraska, here in the US. And so I've been a photographer for the last 8 or 9 years. But because we live so rural, I mean, there's just not a lot of people around here. So I think at the most I had like 5 weddings in one year, 5 or 6. And then, we've been having kids the last 7 or 8 years. And so I've really slowed down on photography just because I want to be home a little bit more. But I was always in the back of my mind trying to think of other things that I could do from home in little nooks and crannies of my day while raising these little humans to
Hmm.
supplement our income. And plus, I've been shooting film the last few years, and that's really expensive. But it's a hobby that I can't get rid of because it's amazing. So I thought, well, at the very least, like I'll just pay for my film photography. But it's definitely been more than that, and so I'm very thankful. But um, yeah, so actually my neighbor was using Monat, and I saw her hair like transform in front of my eyes. She had very similar hair to me. And so when I asked for samples and then eventually signed up as a customer, I told her, I was like, I'm not selling this. And she's like, that's okay. You don't have to. There's no selling requirements or anything. I said, like, I'm never doing this. So don't pressure me. Don't talk to me about it. She actually doesn't sell it anymore, but she's moved on to other things. But so for an entire year, I was using these products and loving them, and my hair was transforming, all the stories you hear from people. But I also saw other photographers that like I never would have expected that are in the same company, like big
Right.
photographers that have huge followings even. And I thought, whoa, like, okay, if they made the decision to do this, like this must really be like a legit business. So why did they choose this company over all the others for one? But that whole entire year that I was sitting around, I was like scared about what other photographers were going to think of me. I was scared about other family members and friends because I've always had like a weird thing about direct sales and MLMs, and I would buy the products, but I just was like, that's not the business model for me. Like, I'm a photographer, so like pretty much that's like, I'm too good for direct sales is what I was thinking to myself. But then when I saw all those other photographers that I knew really well join, I definitely warmed up to the idea. And the crazy thing is that when I decided to go for it, I am the type of person that like goes all in, like, I'm gonna do this. This is a real business to me. Like, the first 3 months like blew up. And I was so mad at myself because I sat around for an entire year, like wasting time thinking about what other people were gonna think of me. And that was like a whole year wasted. So pretty much ever since then, I've been trying to try to get this opportunity across to other photographers because like around here especially, you only have like a 2-month window to do shoots because the rest of the year the weather is crappy. And I know that you know this living in Canada. In fact, you probably have worse weather. I mean, I don't know, Nebraska weather is really bad, but I know Canada is too.
Yeah, it will snow in May. So.
Oh gosh, yes. Even in June here sometimes, but
Wow.
so I was like, I still want to shoot in those 2 months that I have, but what am I going to do the rest of the year? And so I'm able to do this the rest of the year. And plus I'm able to get clients from all over the country, not just, photograph clients here. And in case you don't know, Monat is in Canada, US, UK, Poland, Ireland, and did I miss any? Is that all?
I think that's it.
I think that's it. So like my sister-in-law lives in the UK, so she's actually a VIP of mine. And like, there's, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so many more opportunities that you can do to supplement your photography income by doing this. And I'm just mad that I waited a whole year to get going on this.
Yeah, I wish I would have started sooner too. Like,
pretty much everybody says that. Like, every single person says that. I've never met one person that said, oh, I should have waited a whole nother year. No, I shouldn't.
Yeah, like, you think you're not ready at that moment, but then when you're in it, you're like, I wish I would have just gone for it, even though I'm not ready. Like, I can just learn and grow while I'm in it.
Yes. Yep, exactly. And another thing too is that, I mean, you've only been at it 3 years, but even 3 years, like, that's definitely enough time to like build up a good, like a network of people, whether that be clients or other photographers or vendors, that type of thing. And so what I found is that actually a lot of my customers from photography became customers in my shampoo business because they trusted me to take their pictures. So when I tell them like, you should try this shampoo, like, they're going to trust my opinion. So that transition was really, really nice and easy. And so I feel like photographers definitely have a little bit of an edge because they've already done a lot of the hard work building their network, and a lot of those will transfer over, which is just super nice. So you have like a really good foundation kind of going there. So, and plus photographers are like visually, like, as far as graphics and things like that go, we kind of just naturally know what to post on Instagram, although that's not even a requirement. But because you and I live in small towns, I definitely use social media a lot. Do you?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's my source of everything, because I do have people around me, but there's a ton of people I don't even know in my small town because I live in kind of a smaller area and you don't get to talk to everyone at the most. So
yeah, exactly. Well, and there's been people that I had no idea who they were start to follow me and show interest. So I mean, it happens for sure. And Monat is definitely not, their company is not based on like parties. There are definitely a lot of in-person events, but it's not a requirement. And in fact, I hardly do any just because I have to travel so far to do those. So
Right.
that took a lot of pressure off of me too, because I still kind of had a bad taste in my mouth from, previous company things and like the pressure that you felt with them. So um,
Mhm.
that that definitely helped a lot. And there's no like requirements for selling monthly. You don't have to keep anything in stock.
Nope. We're not going to send you emails every second of the day to try and get you on our team. We're not like
Yikes, 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 yikes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely try to train some of my team members, well, some, like all of them, non-spammy ways of growing
Yes.
growing the team. So
Yeah. What I love is like, we're not an icky company. We're not gonna, like, if you don't want to do it, if it's not for you, that's fine.
yeah.
And we're not going to pressure you into it. We want to do it because you want to make a shift and make a change in your life and
Mhm.
do something better, not just sit and wonder what you could do better.
Oh, exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, so if you're a photographer watching this and you have any questions, definitely reach out to us. But like we just said, like pressure is so awkward and weird. So just because somebody messages me and asks me doesn't mean that I put you on like some weird list. And I mean, I just talk to you like a regular person, and I definitely
Yeah.
give you, my point of view from being a photographer, why this has benefited my business. And one last thing, because I know you have to go here pretty soon, but kind of on the other end of the spectrum from us, so we live very rural, and it's hard getting clients. I know a lot of photographers on the other end who are like so busy that they're trying to find something else to do to lighten their load, like they're just burnt out. And I know photographers don't charge what they should anyway, so they're working their butts off and not getting paid for it. And so I know a lot of photographers in this company who have been able to slow down and kind of back off a little bit on photography, spend more time with their family, but still have like residual income coming in from this. And I just like, there's nothing better than that. I just feel like, and besides, in this day and age, multiple streams of income are like a necessity. You can't
Yeah.
just rely fully on one. I mean, you mentioned to me that you had like two or three kind of going at one time.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always been a person that, like, I always felt that I needed more and more to support myself. And I went to Bible college for a year, and that it's like a private school. So that was expensive. So I
Mhm.
had to pay for that. And it just was like the constant, like, needing of that. I've always lived with my parents, except for in Bible college. And like, still, I have been just needing that, like, triple income or double income, because it's been like a whirlwind of things. And like, now I can choose to quit my 9 to 5 and be able to work this full time and do photography and do ministry and just do things that I love, like, 100%, and not have to worry about, the stresses of, okay, what can I do with my 9 to 5 job and where can I fit people into my time? And now I just
Exactly.
can freely do that.
Yeah. And you're literally getting paid while you're doing like your ministry stuff and other things. Like we get paid 5 times a month. So, I mean, the saying is true that you're literally getting paid when you're sleeping or like on vacation. I mean, all that stuff,
Yep.
it is true, but you definitely still have to put the work in for sure. But once you do and you kind of get that momentum going, it really is, it can be a huge blessing. So,
Yeah.
thanks so
Yeah.
much, Laura. I'm so happy we
Wow.
connected.
I know. I'm so excited. It worked for us now.
I know. Oh gosh. Okay. So really quick, I'm gonna
Yes.
see. Then, oh wait, no.